What's up, Aries? Welcome to your November general reading. This is my second time trying to do this for you guys. I actually meant for your video to come out with Libra, but it did not stick, and I figured I'd give it some time and see if I could get the energies again, right? An important thing to remember about the first read that I did was it did show that tables will be turning, and I feel like this is confirmation of those things. We've got a few extra things here that we're going to take a look into, which will be really, really good for you guys. But overall, I want you to feel good this month because even if you can't tell what's happening, even if there's a lot of stuff shifting that feels uncomfortable, this Scorpio season is really kind of letting things die out that needed to die out so that other more beautiful things can be reborn, okay? And that's really what Scorpio season's about. We are in the 8th house energy. We are dealing with death, which means we're dealing with rebirth. We're dealing with transformations. We're dealing with joint finances. We're dealing with boundaries, people's personal boundaries, right? Secrets, all the things. And for you guys, especially because you are the, first sign of the zodiac. When we get to the end of the month on the 19th, or towards the end of the month on the 19th, we will be having a full moon, which is going to be a lunar eclipse in Taurus, which is going to be big. I expect for a lot of people, for you guys, this is really good in terms of your finances. It's going to be in your second house. So that's a lot about money coming in, opportunities coming in. That mixed with the fact that Venus is in Capricorn is great for you, right? Because that's your 10th house that's being activated there. So a lot about career and finance that's coming to you guys where you guys have been stuck, stagnant. I know a lot of Aries have been kind of wanting new jobs or in between jobs. There's been a lot about career popping up for you guys. I feel like in this last 6 months to a year, all that's coming full circle. And I love the way the cards played out too, because you do have the Wheel of Fortune here. There's a lot of Jupiter energy. You've got the Sagittarius card of Temperance here. You've got the Wheel of Fortune here. There's a lot about your luck changing. And like I said, when them tables turn, it gets real cute. Now, one thing I want you guys to keep in mind is you got 5 of air or 5 of swords, which is the bottom of the deck. So this is the unseen energy. Mercury was in Libra, which is really, really great in terms of communication. People seem to have a little bit more tact, a little bit more fair in terms of perspective in the way that we choose to communicate things. When we get to Mercury being in Scorpio, not to say all that's deaded, but it's more about the deepening of the conversations that we're having, right? It's more about those deep-rooted things, really getting down to the bottom of issues as well. Scorpio energy with that Mercury, it's I don't like a whole lot of frivolous, just empty conversations, right? And so you guys might not be feeling too social in that way and just feeling look, unless it's meaningful and deep rooted, I really don't feel like going there. A lot of small talk might not be the thing today, or not today, but during this time. Also, a lot of you guys might be feeling like you just really, really, really don't have the energy for any BS, right? Because 5 of Swords is kind of that energy of yo, I'm not putting in anything to these empty arguments, right? I think that with you guys turning over a new leaf, it's really important that you guys are keeping your mind right. I think more than ever, a lot of Aries are really recognizing where you might get a little confused or sidetracked or thrown off in terms of putting yourself first, right? Because I will give it to you, all the Aries that I know in my life, if it goes down and I need a friend or I need an Aries or I need an ear or I need a suggestion, my Aries people are always there. You guys are active, you're about it, but you do it to your detriment sometimes, right? Sometimes you take on battles and things that, number one, aren't yours, but you care about the person or you care about the circumstance. So you go in head first with the best intentions. And sometimes you can find that you get hurt or you get, betrayed or you get thrown off or you get really tired. So I think that you guys are approaching things a different way. at this time, which I think is really, really good for you. Now, you start off with the Temperance card, and what's crossing it is the Fool. So yeah, I think this is a time where things are really turning. You're turning over a new leaf. You know, the Temperance card of the Temperance, wow. The Temperance card, which is connected to Sagittarius energy, it's really about being patient. It's really about having that divine faith going forward. It's really knowing that, you know, everything doesn't happen on your time necessarily, but everything happens in divine timing, and knowing and reminding you that you are guided, have been guided. And I feel like this is a thing where, or a time where things come full circle. Now, you do have the Aquarius card with the Fool, right? That for me represents Aquarius energy because it's very much connected to that Uranus energy. But it's about new beginnings. It's about taking risks and moving forward. Some of you guys even have on your heart that you feel like you want to move. I think that you've been thinking about that a lot for some of you, Aries. That's been definitely the thing. I just think that there's this really wanting to do something new. Kind of tired of the way things have been going. Kind of tired of feeling like you've been living by default in some way, and wanting to really explore what else is out there. For those of you guys who are single, this is a great time where you guys are looking really, really favorable, even in business, right? Because we've got that 10th house Venus activation going on. So in terms of getting hired or getting the promotion or getting the bonus, that looks really, really good for you. When Venus is in Capricorn, we all take things a little bit more seriously, right? We're looking at things kind of in the long run, what we want overall, and really kind of taking an adult approach to relationships, to business. But we're looking really favorable. And for you guys especially, there's a lot of opportunities here. This could be new connections in terms of work. This could be new connections in terms of relationship. And for those of you guys who are already in a relationship, this could just be the deepening of that, right? Maybe this is a month where you guys are just really kind of appreciating each other in a way that you haven't done for quite a while. So that's really, really beautiful, finding balance with that, especially if that's something that you've been feeling like your partner's been slipping away, or things have been a little bit stagnant or distant. If it feels like it's been taking a long time to get to this place, Aries, it feels like now you're here, and going into Sagittarius season, it feels like it's going to be really, really good for you. Okay. Now with that Fool card, the new beginnings, I think it's kind of funny because I think a lot of you guys aren't quite sure, and it makes sense. You know, it's almost, I feel every Scorpio season is almost silly doing tarot readings, because when we're talking about Scorpio season, so much is dying off and so much is being reborn. Even if it's something that you sense that was going to be happening, there's really no way to know how things are going to turn out. Like, it's such a transitional time that it's almost kind of silly and funny to try to predict or try to gauge what could happen. I think the best thing that you can do kind of in Scorpio season, I feel this way all the time, is just to really be open and kind of approach all new situations with like this eager anticipation, because you really don't know. But what you do have to know is that whatever is changing, whatever is transforming at this time, it's really for the greater good. Now, the 8 of Cups is clarifying this Fool card, right? So Fool card, we've got the new beginnings. We've got taking that leap of faith, really taking a risk. Maybe some of you guys, in order to do what it is that you really want to do, you have to take a leap in some way. Maybe this is you having to, you know, financially, you know, sow seed into something. Maybe this is you needing to move. Maybe this is you needing to go back to school in some type of a way. It always indicates that there's something that maybe you didn't think about that you need to maybe implement, maybe something that you haven't been doing that you need to do, right? There's something new that changes this, right? Now, whenever we get the 8 of Cups, this is about kind of separating emotionally from something, right? This usually indicates someone who has been, like, let's say in a relationship for a while, and although they fought, although they've tried, although they've poured so much into it, right? 8 cups went into it. There's just no fixing a thing, right? It kind of talks about needing to be open and go on a journey and do something new and kind of separate yourself emotionally. So There's a lot of new that's coming to you. I think you just need to be open at this time and understand that anything that is losing you or anything that you feel like you're losing at this time, it is for the greater good. And that's really my message to everybody during Scorpio season, because there is a lot that flip-flops. There is a lot that's usually exposed in terms of secrets or like hidden desires. There is a lot that happens during Scorpio season that, you know, in order to kind of rebalance all of our scales and bring harmony and balance into our lives in the way that we want it, right? Now, what I do love is there's something it feels like that's happened maybe in the past that's made you guys feel like you've come to your place of power again. I think for a minute, when I was doing personal readings for a lot of Aries, it felt like a lot of you guys felt like you were losing your sense of self, or the vision was becoming more blurry about what it is that you really want, right? Aries energy, Emperor energy, he is the authority. He is the law, the buck stops there, right? And so I think that a lot of you guys are finding yourself being in more of a powerful place. And whether this is because maybe something was revealed to you, maybe new opportunities coming towards you, but there's something that has shown you really what you're made of. This could even have something to do with your kids. Like say if there's something that went down with your kids, that's, you know, where you've had to step up in a certain way to prove. This could look second chances of something. It just feels like some things kind of showed you, or reminded you rather, how strong you are in times where you've forgotten, right? In times where things have felt so heavy and so hard and so annoying that maybe you forgot that a little bit. I want you to keep in mind that how you feel is important though this month, because you do have 9 of air coming up in near future, right? 9 of swords basically, which is Mars and Gemini energy. This is like those thoughts that don't stop. This is like, I can't eat, I can't sleep, you know, I'm kind of tossing and turning. Maybe you might have some sleep issues coming up. But I don't want you going off the handle in terms of worrying about things that you can't predict, things that you don't know, or things that you literally cannot control in the first place. I think also with Mercury and Scorpio, that always encourage us to be more inspector detector and want to get down to the bottom of secrets and things. And so what I will say is just don't drive yourself crazy trying to expose something or expose someone or make sense of something at this time that it makes you feel like this 9 of Swords energy. Now you've got the 7 of Wands, which is standing up for yourself. This is, you know, standing your ground on something. So maybe this is what it has to do with. Maybe something comes out and it's, I don't know. It almost feels like this could be something like some type of information that challenges you and you're having to really stand your ground on it. And maybe you're a little bit worried about how other people are going to perceive it or if other people are going to believe it, especially if it's like a flat out lie with someone else or something. But I don't worry about the things you can't control. I don't feel like there's anybody in this month that really has enough power to take you down anyways, Aries. So really the only way you can mess yourself up is if you decide to entertain some BS. Remember, 5 of air is literally don't entertain the BS. It's an empty fight. Whatever gets presented to you, like just be mindful, okay? Some of you guys, there might be a cut off to a relationship. We've got the Lovers card here, which is Gemini energy, and we've got the 10 of Swords. But this also could just be about, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a specific relationship. I just think that you guys are handling relationships in general differently. I think that a lot of you guys are noticing there's a certain pattern that you play in your relationships. Are you always the fixer? Are you always the initiator of whatever, like whatever your role is? I think there's some reevaluating that's going on with this, because there's something within that doesn't work for you, right? I do love the 10 of Swords being here actually, because even though it is, I mean, it's not the most favorable energy to be in, it does talk about the end of a tough cycle. So even for you, Aries, who are maybe single, maybe even recently had a breakup with someone, I do feel like things are going to get easier. I do feel like there's hope. Keep hope, okay? Don't give up, even if you've been in some really sucky situations, because it just feels like this is the end of a cycle of some sort. And I say that too because you do have the Wheel of Fortune. right? That's Jupiter. So some of you guys are really ending your relationship cycles, really seeing where maybe you play a part in the things that you don't necessarily like or kind of go wrong. You know, there's a lot of Sagittarius energy here. Maybe you guys are connecting with the Sag. There's Gemini energy here. Aquarius energy here. Ooh. In terms of dating, hey, this is like, you guys might be really meeting some people. I do love seeing the Three of Cups here because this does show you guys being in a very social place. This also shows you guys just being with friends more. Maybe that's kind of the ticket too. I think a lot of you guys, again, have been going through a lot within the last 6 months. So the energy and the company of your friends might be something that really, 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 really does you some good this month, right? Coming together, being with friends, being, you know, finding joy in situations. I really do feel like this is a turning point for a lot of you. And I think a lot of that has to do with you guys drawing clear boundaries in the ways that you'll show up for people, and the ways that you help, and the ways that you show up for yourself, right? Because sometimes you guys don't always show up for yourself the way you do other people. The biggest example I can give to this, if you guys watch Real Housewives of Potomac, Robin. And it's funny because she's an Aries, which I thought was kind of weird at first, but then it kind of makes sense going with this message. Robin, if you watch the show, she capes and stands up for Giselle way more than she does herself. Like, she will sit there and look stupid about her life, her relationship with her fiance, everything. But the second anybody even questions Giselle, she's quick to be aggressive and jump on it, right? And so in that way, I think that you guys are drawing more clear boundaries for yourself and how this works for you and your family, which is really, really good. I think it puts you in a really, really powerful place. There's opportunities in abundance here. You got Ace of Earth or Ace of Pentacles. So this could be raises coming in, new job opportunities coming in, new home opportunities coming in. Remember, with that Venus in Capricorn, your 10th house and your second house, with the full moon that's coming up at the end of the month, is being ignited. So there's a lot in terms of value that you bring to the workplace, value, money that the workplace can bring back to you guys. There's a lot connecting to money-making opportunities, your career image, you know, in terms of being authority. Some of you gave maybe some raises because you do have that Emperor energy, right? So that's really, really good. And then you've also got the Page of Air, which is a messenger coming in. So there's a message coming in. There's more clarity on a situation coming in. This could be contracts, you know, in order to move forward in the job. Also, this could be even, you know, Page of Air can be like a spy, someone checking in on you. Let me see. Ooh, there's people who are interested in you. Definitely. I do think though that there's some messages coming to you guys in terms of work. If you guys have been applying for some jobs out there, you're going to start to get some callbacks or some emails, which is really, really good. Now, you also got, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. I do love this because your first card that came out was that Temperance card, which is about divine faith. It is about knowing that you're being guided. It is about knowing that you've got people on your side, you know, spirit guides on your side, angels, God, whoever, that are making a way for you. So that's really, really beautiful. You've also got savings, which says as you consistently save for your future is saved. You do yourself a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. So no matter how much you have coming in, it's really important that you are saving some, right? Even if that means you can only save like $5, even if that means whatever, just make sure that you're consistently putting a little bit to the side, okay? And then you've also got flirt. It says extend your lighthearted energy to others. So that's beautiful. So use that flirty energy, especially those of you guys who are single, if you're looking to attract somebody. But even if you're in a relationship and things have been feeling maybe a little bit dull or stagnant, flirt it up like you're single again. Put that spice back. And I think this is a really good time for you guys. I think the tables are turning. So I'm excited to see how this goes, Aries. I love you, and I will talk to you later. Bye.